There was a fellow by the name of John Newton. John Newton was an Englishman, lived a couple hundred years ago, and he was a captain of a ship, and it was a bad ship because it did bad business. It was a slave ship. It would go to Africa and pick up kidnapped people, put them in chains and put them into his ship, and he'd sail them to other countries where he would sell them to people, sell them as slaves. And this went on for quite a while. And there was part of John Newton that probably knew it was wrong, but he kept doing it for the money. He was in the slave trade. It was successful for him. Well, one day after he picked up a whole lot of slaves and they're in the belly of the ship all chained up, the storm came up, a storm like they'd never seen before. Waves were higher than ever, the wind was stronger than ever, and they were frightened. These were sailors, people who'd been on the ocean all their lives, and now they're frightened because of this storm. And John Newton starts praying to God. He says, God, please help us, save me. He says, if you save me, God, I promise you I'll become a different person. I'll stop this slave trade, and I'll become a different person. Well, you know, sure enough, he was saved. He did not go down with the ship. He was saved. And he did as he was said. He became a changed person. You know, when he was on that ship praying to God, he acknowledged his sin. He said, I have sinned. I have done this wrong. And please forgive me. He asked God for forgiveness. And he said he would change. So after he was saved, he spent the rest of his life working to change the laws of England, to change them into laws that said that slavery was bad, slavery was illegal. So he did what he promised God he would do. He was saved by God, and he changed his life as a result. And he spent the rest of his life filling that hole in his soul, filling that hole, filling where the sin was taken away by God. He still had that part of him that needed to be filled. And so he spent, as I say, the rest of his life trying to eradicate slavery, trying to get the laws passed, and he never did it again. You may not know the name John Newton, but you probably know a song he wrote. It's a song that is probably the most common popular song in all Christian churches around the world. You know the words, they go like this: Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. You see, John Newton was sinning. He confessed his sin. Jesus took his sin away, and then he spent the rest of his life atoning for it. He didn't have to get rid of the sin. He had to make his soul whole, to make himself feel better about who he was. So we have to fill those holes that were caused by sin.